Good morning, everybody, and welcome to your Friday morning workout, or whenever you happen to be doing today's workout. Today I'm going to call it the Friday Unilateral workout. Now that doesn't have a cool fancy ring to it, but it is what it is. All that means is it's going to be one-sided exercises, okay? Right and a left, or right then left, okay? So somewhat simple, somewhat straightforward, but we're going to isolate one side at a time. Now we've been isolating muscle groups the past couple of days. Now we're going to isolate one side or one limb at a time. It's going to end up being a total body, but we're going to hit one movement for each main muscle group, and then we're going to pair it or superset it with an ab exercise. Now the ab exercise I'm going to keep relatively simple. It's going to be a variation of your plank and a variation of your bicycle. I'm only going to do two of them. You'll find out what they are, and I'm just going to alternate between the two. But let's get this party started. Like I said, today is Friday Unilateral workout, and let's do it. Let's get on the clock. I got the timer going today, so no guesswork here. We're going to start with our horizontal shoulder mobilities. And surprise, surprise, we're going to start up top, work our shoulders, then our torso and hips, and then our legs. 3, 2, 1, and time. So hopefully you guys had a great workout yesterday and got a chance to get through that. And if you did, that means today is workout number 5, and we still have one more to go. So you guys are on a real good track for this week. 3, 2, 1, and switch it. Here's that second set. Now a couple of different variables I've been trying to mix up is your intensity, the type of exercise you do, the tempo, and your frequency. Okay, 2, 1, and switch it. This will be your number 4 or your second, 4 overall or your second on the vertical. This week we've been messing with your time or the overall duration as well as the intensity. We've been decreasing the intensity so that we can increase your frequency or how many times a week we've worked out. Anyways, none of that needs to matter. That's just what I've been going off of. Now let's switch it. Let's go shoulder circles. And similar to what we did previous workout with that PVC pipe, I'm going to start here with the shoulder circles and then go to that PVC pipe. So if you guys have your PVC pipe and reverse, you know that you can do that along with me, the pullovers. If you do not have your PVC pipe, then you can go either your single arm, which is a unilateral movement, figure eights, or your straight arm shoulder circles or arm circles, and switch it. Second set, gonna go forward here, and we'll just loosen up those shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. Second set here, going reverse or fourth overall with the shoulders on this progression of this series. And just nice, big. Try to make it as smooth as possible, but as big as possible. 2, 1, and time. Now before I grab my PVC pipe, I'm going to go out of order here. So I'm going to go into my low trap raise, no PVC pipe. So get a little bit of a wider stance, sink it down, sit it down like you're going to do your bent over row, but we got our low trap raise. All right, in 3, 2, 1, and go. So low trap raise. Now you can start to mess around with these. How straight can you keep them and how narrow can you make them? Or how wide and high can you get them? You can start to manipulate that range of motion to elicit a different feel and a response. 3, 2, 1, and time. And break and shake. Now let's grab that PVC pipe. Now I'm only going to do one set of my PVC pipe pullovers. So I'll call out about we'll do a 30-second set. At the 15-second mark, if you're doing your arm circles, switch directions. All right, so let's do it to it in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. All right, so 30 seconds on the PVC pipe pullovers. Now you could do your pullovers with the bungee. That is not a bad idea whatsoever. You would just create a little bit of tension you'd have to pull apart to keep those arms straight. Now 15 seconds down, 15 to go. So arm circle, people, go ahead and switch direction. Unless you feel comfortable going the direction you are going, and that's always a good option. 3, 2, 1, and time. Crack it back a little bit. All right, so that PVC pipe really short-lived. I just wanted to throw that in there just to get a little bit more shoulders. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do our standing hip mobilities first, as we have done many a time. But then I want to do a couple of different standing hip mobilities, like your lunges and your Cossack squat and your lateral lunges and things of that nature. So in about 4 seconds, we're going to go standing high knee pulls. 2, 1, and let's go. High knee pull. So this is going to be the same. We're going to do those 30 seconds. Because it's alternating. And I don't want you to rush this one. I never want you to rush your warm-up. Let's say we do this, some of these mobilities, which is a very legitimate option, mid-workout. Say you superset it with like a squat exercise, and then you do some hip mobilities. Then it might be a little bit of a different tempo, different pace, because you're at a different point in the workout. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, let's go that quad stretch. Same thing, gonna go 30 seconds. Now, right out the gates, I'm gonna do my best to kind of force the issue and double grab, or grab with both hands. Kind of encourage that range of motion a little bit more so than it typically does, a little bit earlier in the workout. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's switch it. Second set, back to that high knee pull in 3, 2, 1, and go. Now 30-second sets, and we're in no hurry. I'm going to take my time with these high knee pulls and do the heel to opposing hip. So I'm not going to get as many repetitions as I did that first set, but each one is going to be maxed out. Range of motion as much as I can. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, let's switch it. And we're going to go last set, quad stretch. I'm going to add a little bit of a reacher. Remember, this is called thoracic extension. You don't have to remember that. You just got to be able to do it. That's all. You can call it a hibbity-hooba if you want to, if that's what jogs your memory as far as this exercise goes. But I just need you to do it, and I need you to do it right. 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Okay, so now we're going to go into those hyper squat holds, or those super squats. Okay, but we're also going to throw a little bit of a twist. We're going to do what's called a Mississippi squat. So every time we go down into that hyper squat hold, we're just going to hold for a 1 Mississippi squat. You can thank Steve for that. So instead of the hold for 30 seconds at the bottom, you're going to hold for a 1 Mississippi and stand up. We got 10 Mississippi squats. All right, whatever your depth is, you want to slowly make that as big of a depth, big of range of motion as possible. All right, so in 5, 4, we're going to do 10 Mississippi squats. 1, and go. Down, Mississippi. 1, up. Down, Mississippi. 2, down, Mississippi. 3, down, Mississippi. 4, down, Mississippi. 5, down, Mississippi. 6, down, Mississippi. 7, down, Mississippi. 8, down, Mississippi. 9, last one, down, Mississippi. 10. All right, so now that we're at the top, typically when we've done that super squat or that hyper squat hold, we've done that squat to stand where the butt is up and the hands and head are down. We're just starting at a different point, but let's do those squat to stand. So just flex forward, fall forward. Knees bent a little bit is fine. Straight-legged is going to be the eventual goal, but just breathe through that, and you're literally just hanging and holding. I'm going to give a little bit of a clock glance. All right, we're on the 0. So every now and then, no particular rep, we're going to do it for 30 seconds. Drop down, come back up. drop down, no particular rep count, 10 down, 20 to go. Kind of hang, turn, rotate, however you want to do that. 20 down, 10 to go. And then at that 30-second mark, we're going to stay down at the bottom of that squat for those hyper squats. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right. If you have your equipment or your dumbbells next to you, it is possible that those will come in handy. When we do these holds, you're holding onto the weight possibly from a balance standpoint. If you do not need them, awesome. But what I want you to do is called a knee drop, a hyper squat knee drop. I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to pivot and rotate the knee to the floor. While I'm doing that, my left foot and knee actually rotate and open up as well. Do what you got to do, reset. Now, if I had a piece of equipment, I could hold that there, or a dumbbell, from a balance standpoint. So do what you got to do. We have 10 hyper squat knee drops, okay? And we'll go 5 and 5. We'll keep it simple. 3, 2, 1, and go. Right, 1, left, 1, right, 2, left, 2, right, 3, left, 3, right, 4, left, 4, right, 5, left, 5. And I'm going to come out of that guy with that squat to stand. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. So we're going to do reverse lunges because that is technically a unilateral movement or a one-sided movement. But instead of doing your reverse lunge and resetting at the top, which is a true, by definition, traditional reverse lunge, you're going to do your split squat. Okay? So all you're going to do is you're going to get into that reverse lunge position. Okay? You're going to come up, straight leg as much as possible, or maybe there's a slight flexion or bend in the leg. But I want you to go knee down, body weight a little bit forward, and then knee straight, back knee straight. So the body weight kind of stays pushed forward. So down, up, 1. Straight back leg or not, but we're going to hit 10 split squats aside. All right, let's get it going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Down, up, 1, down, up, 2, down, up, 3. And what I'm trying to do is squeeze that right side. My right foot is back, so my right quad, my right hamstring, my right butt, all of that is getting tight at the top. As I straighten it out as much as I can, I'm squeezing it as much as I can. And there's going to be your 10 if I counted correctly. So I'm going to turn around, but it's just the other side. Left leg back. Remember, you're going to start off in that reverse lunge stance. So now my left leg is the straight leg or the squeeze leg or the work leg. All right, in 3, 2, 1, and let's do it. 1, get tight. 2, get tight. 3, focus on the feel on that butt if you need to. It is not weird, don't worry, because nobody's there watching. Squeeze the butt. When you feel it tighten up at the top, that's a good thing. If it's not squeezing, not getting tight, it's soft and jello-y, that is not a good thing. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let's go one more, and this should be roughly 10, give or take however many I messed up. All right, so break, shake, rest, recover. I'm going to double check, make sure my weights are in the correct order and ready to go so they're easy to grab and go. But have your dumbbells ready. I have 10s through 20s, so nothing big because it's going to be unilateral movements. So do what you got to do, hit pause if you have to, and then it's going to be time to start. Okay, this brings us to our first rotation. Remember, this is Unilateral Friday or Friday Unilateral Lifting, whatever you want to call it. Remember, there's no real fancy name for it. It just means one side at a time. So all of these exercises we have done before. We're just going to do them all on the same day. So our first rotation is going to be a dumbbell shoulder press. But we're going to be here, okay, at our shoulders and shoulder press. So instead of both arms at the same time, it's going to be one arm at the same time. Instead of alternating or seesaw, we're going to hit that 10 on that one side. Then we're going to hit that 10 on the other side. Set your dumbbells down, and then we're going to do a Spider-Man plank. All that means is you're in your push-up position and you bring your knee to the outside of the elbow, unlike your mountain climbers where they're across the body or straight on. All right, so let's grab our weights. We have 2 sets apiece, 10 repetitions apiece. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, staying on this side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it over. 1, 2. Now you can do any grip or any rotation. Stay neutral or come over the top. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set those down. Get in that push-up / plank position. And you're going to go Spider-Man plank. So that knee is going to go to the outside of that same side. We're going to go 10 apiece in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just keep on crunching, squeezing that stomach. 9, 10 more. 1, 2, or 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, break, break, break. Let's get that rest recover as quick as possible. We're going to go into our second set. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, we're staying on that same side for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Set those down. Okay, we got our 10 Spider-Man planks. And try to crunch, or what's called laterally flex. Okay, one side at a time, 10 apiece. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18, 19, 20. All right, break, shake, rest, recover. There's your 2. Take a little bit of time, and we're going to move on to our next muscle group. Okay, here we go. Let's keep it going. Remember, we're doing unilateral movements, meaning one side at a time. Now, we are going to be at the shoulders still, but it is technically a different muscle group. One variation that I'm going to throw in the mix, take it or leave it, is on my second set. I'm going to implement the bungee with the dumbbells just to give it a little something extra. So if you have your bungee nearby and you want to give it a go, just ready for that one. But we're going to do lateral raises. Now, similar to when we do those one-arm lateral raises with the bungee or the one-arm dumbbell lateral raises in our warm-up, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, but it's going to be 10 repetitions and 10 repetitions. And then your ab exercise, remember we're doing variations of planks and bicycles. We do have the bicycle. Okay, so I'm actually going to go a little bit lighter on my second set, but my first set, I'm going to push the pace a little bit, push the envelope a little bit, push the weight a little bit. All right, so both dumbbells, let's rock and roll. We got 10 repetitions lateral raise. And just one thing to keep in mind, as you go back or go up, go back a little bit, not in front. Anyways, let's rock and roll. So I'm going to start right side in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2. Now, as we do these unilateral movements, it is very, very important to keep your stomach tight and your butt tight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And like I said, we got bicycles. I don't need a mat tonight because it was going to get in my way, but if you need a mat, grab it. 10 bicycles aside, and 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. So 10 apiece. With what you guys have done before, that should be no problemo. All right, now here's where I'm going to implement my bungee. If you want to stay the same, do it. That's totally fine. But just like our warm-ups that we've done a couple times somewhat recently, I'm going to put the bungee around my left foot, and then I'm going to put the bungee over my middle finger and my ring finger like I'm wearing a ring. Okay, now I am going to hold this dumbbell even though I'll have to set it down and switch it. And we have our lateral raise, 10 repetitions in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, if you're opting for the bungee, switch your feet. And again, it's going over the top of your ring finger and your middle finger so that when you grab your grip on the dumbbell, the bungee's underneath your hand. All right, let's rock and roll. 3, 2, 1, and go. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, lighter weight, but a variable load. Here we go. Bicycles. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And break and break. All right, so there's your 2 of 2. Break, shake, rest, recover. And we're going to do the same darn thing. We're going to move on to the next muscle group. Now we're going to stay a little bit on the bigger side. Okay, we're going to do your bent over row, both dumbbells, one at a time. If you need a break, take a break. Now's a good time to pause it. If not, let's keep it going. Okay, let's keep it going. Like I said, we're going to do your bent over rows, one at a time. Now, something that I take into consideration is the overall load or stress that is placed on an individual muscle given that individual specific movement. So because we're doing a bent over row, 2 sets, 10 repetitions, you guys have done this before. You've done higher volume, higher tempo. You've also supersetted or done back-to-back and double dipped on the back. But because we're not doing that, I actually went and grabbed my bigger weights, knowing that all I got to do is suck it up for 2 sets of 10 repetitions. So feel free to push the envelope a little bit. Push yourself just a little bit. Now, if you don't feel comfortable because of the setup or the posture, tighten down that tummy, squeeze the butt, get a little bit tighter, create a little bit of tension in that midsection, and then adjust your weight accordingly. But enough talking for me. Let's go bent over row, 10, 10, set them down. We're back to those Spider-Man planks. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's hit the deck. Now remember, you're trying to get that knee out and bend and flex to the side in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. All right, me putting my hands on the dumbbell did nothing for me. If anything, it was easier because I was higher, but they were just where my hands needed to be. All right, second set. Now maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't, but I changed my grip halfway through. Neutral to supinated. You can even go over the top. Does not matter. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm done with those guys for now. Spider-Man plank, 10 and 10. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're halfway. Let's keep it going. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, or 10 apiece. Okay, tighten it up, along with the particular muscle group that we are working at that set. All right, break and shake, and we're gonna be on to the next. Okay, the next one, we've done this a lot of times, your bent over tricep extension. Now we just did that on our arms workout, so we're gonna do it just a little bit differently so that it is not exactly word for word the same. So break, shake, rest, recover, sweat, swipe, but you're probably going to want to have your lighter dumbbells. Again, you're going to need 2 of them, and then we're back on the floor for our bicycles. All right, so let's keep it going on our next rotation, which is what I said before, that bent over one arm tricep extension, or what we call the dumbbell kickback. Now, I'm gonna go a little bit on the super duper light side because I wanna do what's called peak contraction, meaning I want to pause and squeeze, almost like our Mississippi squats we did earlier. So here's what we're gonna do. Now, you're gonna be in the bent over row position, but both arms are up. Now, instead of just extending pinky up and bringing it back down, pinky up, and palms facing your body, your midline, what I want you to do is actually turn that palm up as much as you can. Now, this opposite hand, you can even hold it for now, so you don't have to worry too much about it. But instead of the pinky up, palm up. Okay, really rotate and pause. Peak contraction. Now we got 10 of those suckers. I'm gonna start on my left side. Here we go. Dumbbell kickback, palm up, peak contraction for 10 in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. Now, I'm just saying Mississippi because we did that with our squats, but all it is a pause. Other side in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. All right, like I said, we are back to our bicycles. So let's go ahead and hit the deck and get those suckers going. In 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. Now the reason we're doing only those two is we're hitting the obliques, we're hitting hip flexion, we're crunching, all that good stuff. We're just doing it a little bit differently. And because we're only doing 10 apiece, or the 20 total, we need to do a lot of them. All right, here we go. Bent over tricep extension with the Mississippi pause peak contraction in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. Now make sure you rotate that palm to the sky. Imagine this is a real terrible, cheesy way of giving somebody a low 5. Okay, the more rotate, the more better. Other side in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And down. I almost drew a blank there. And down. Too busy trying to keep track of my count. Bicycles. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 2 million. Whatever number we are actually on. Okay, there's our 2 rotations on this one. All right, let's do this. Let's forego that break. Let's keep this party going. We're actually going to go back to the ground and we're going to do a single leg glute bridge. Now everybody has done that, and we've done that 742,000 times. So let's go ahead and do that. And then to finish it off, these 2 sets, we have that Spider-Man plank. But on the second Spider-Man plank, we're already in that plank position. Let's hold that sucker for a minute. All right, so single leg, glute bridge, 10 repetitions. Okay, and let's get nutty with it. Let's do a Mississippi pause at the top. Now I'm gonna go left foot first. So my right foot could be straight and off the ground. It could be up in the air. It could be on a diagonal. It could be bent. I'm actually gonna do somewhere where I like drape it over to the side. All right, so let's do it to it. 10 single leg glute bridges with that Mississippi pause. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. Great. All right, switch it over. Single leg. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi. Now make sure you squeeze. Make sure you squeeze. 9 Mississippi and 10 Mississippi. All right. Spider-Man planks. We got 10 and 10. Knee is going to the outside. Knee is going to the outside of that same side elbow. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and break. All right, switch it back, flip it back. We have our single leg glute bridge. I just don't think I counted that correctly, but we'll make up for it on our plank. All right, I'm gonna start the same way I did, but I'm going to go foot further out, toe up, heel down. Okay, those are all the same darn thing to achieve a little bit more hamstring recruitment. Okay, so same little peak contraction or the little Mississippi squeeze. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. Switch it, same thing, heel down, toes up, foot a little bit further out. I don't care what you do with this guy. 1 and go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10ers, Mississippi. All right, so let's do it again. We got that Spider-Man plank, knees going to the outside of the elbow, 10 apiece, and then we're going 1 minute hold. Hands together, triangle underneath your shoulders, stagger it out in front of you for an extended plank on the elbows, alternating side and side for 30 and 30. Just stay off the ground for 60 total. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and hold your plank on the 10. All right, let's do it to it. Now we're holding on the 10, so on the 40 I'll call out, that'll be your halfway point. On the 10, that right there is 15 if you needed to know that. Now maybe at that 30-second mark, 3, 2, 1, 30 down, 30 to go. I'm going to do that extended plank. Now my butt is not up in the air like a super duper exaggerated downward dog. My hands will slide out from underneath me, but my hands are in front of my shoulders. Okay, I got to still tighten up that tummy. I got to round the back a little bit, I squeeze the butt a little bit. 15 seconds so that there's no excessive arch, but there's no excessive hip hike either. We got to be right there in that sweet spot in the middle. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, break and shake. Now there's your Friday unilateral workout. Again, like I said, nothing we've ever not done, just all of the exercises being unilateral, we have not. So very good job, stretch, shake, break, do what you got to do.